Yes, people, hope you're well. Welcome back to another Combat Catch Up, joined by the two legends themselves, Luke Tanner and Jamie Phillips. So, you people, you know what to do. First and foremost, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and then also go to the links in the descriptions. Follow Jamie's channel, follow Luke's channel, and we'll all be happy and better off for it. Boys, obviously we spoke before we did the show and had a little laugh and joke about Liverpool stuff and all that. Unfortunately, though, the first topic isn't a laughing matter. A very serious topic, a very it's a topic we've got to kind of scoot around because of the phrasing and how YouTube reacts to stuff like this. But it's probably the biggest story in MMA at the moment, and that is the accusations and allegations against Alex Pereira. For anyone who doesn't know the ins and outs, I would urge you to just have a look on Twitter, for example. We can't mention a lot of the stuff. I don't even want to play the videos from the woman who's accusing Alex Pereira of the stuff either. I mean, shocking to hear these allegations whenever these allegations come out is one thing, but I mean, do you think the UFC should say anything at this stage? Luke, I'll start with you. Sorry to put you in the hot seat first. Do you think UFC should say anything at the moment? Do they do anything? Do they not? What's your thoughts?
I'm just trying to think the last type of situation that a UFC fighter has been put in. I think McGregor was accused of something at the NBA finals. I don't think
he had video evidence straight away that showed that.
Yeah, but he had video evidence, so I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure Dana will get asked about it next press conference he does.
I don't think he will, you know.
He probably should be asked. I'm pretty sure, because you know what the media like briefings are like. They're like, "Hey, don't ask any question about such and such, such and such, such and such." So I'll be very interested to see if he gets asked about this. Should they come out and say anything? They should. It's such a tricky situation because I've been reading up on it, and I don't know. It is a very tricky situation, and the police haven't said anything as of yet. These are just allegations, but they should be taken seriously. And if he has done this thing, then lock the key, chuck him away.
Yeah, of course.
But if it's found that she has made this up or lied, then she needs the key locking in, and then she needs to serve her time. So very sensitive subject, and I think the UFC would probably like to nip it in the bud, because at the moment he is the biggest star in the company.
Yeah,
and you cannot have this type of allegation hanging over your head. So I'm pretty sure the UFC will want to wrap this up nice and quickly.
Yeah, it's the worst thing someone who's innocent can be accused of doing, and it's also the worst thing that could happen to someone if it happens to them as well, or one of the worst things. I hope it didn't happen. I can't say evidence shows either way. Wasn't there, don't know. One thing I will say, which makes me think that there is going to be an investigation of some sort, and we'll speak more about UFC 308 and the headlines and the fights. The fact that Ankalaev's fighting Rakic when Ankalaev is effectively in line for the next title shot, Pereira, and Pereira's an active champion. Do you think that's, Jay, I'll come to you. Do you think that's a case of this has happened and they booked Ankalaev in this fight because they're going to have to kind of keep Alex Pereira out of the limelight and they're going to have to do a full investigation before he's allowed to fight again?
I mean, they could have if they got hold of this video before everyone else, like their lawyers got hold of it or something. That could be the case, or just the case that Dana likes Aspinall's mini tournament idea.
Very true.
You know, that's the only other thing. I mean, you know, if Pereira's go over another light heavyweight title defense, you'd think it's going to be against Ankalaev, wouldn't you? I don't really see who else is in line for that.
Yeah.
No one in that division worth a shot. So yeah, heavyweight division.
There is a guy. It's the main event of the next pay-per-view.
I'm going to be completely blunt with you. And again, you guys know how much I love Izzy. If Izzy wins that fight and goes up to 205 to fight Pereira, it'll be the worst decision he's made.
I don't think
if Dracus Duplessis wins that fight and decides to go up to 205 and fight Alex Pereira, it'll be the biggest mistake of his career as well.
I think DDP's got more of a chance though if they're going to do it at the two of them, because he's got the better build to go up in weight than Izzy has. So I think
he has fought 205 before.
He's also way more hittable than Izzy as well, though.
Oh yeah, totally.
And if someone is hits as hard as Pereira, if you're hittable, the end result is not going to be pretty.
No,
going to be pretty ugly. In terms of this, again, going back to the accusations, do you think the UFC will sort of use this as a way to sort of have better protocols in place going forward? Obviously, you can't stop adults being adults, and adults will do what they want to do. But will there be a way of trying to protect not just the fighters but civilians as well going forward? Or do you not think anything can really be done in this situation?
I mean, it's very difficult. What is he? All like 36-year-old man,
yeah,
a grown man doing his own thing. Yeah, the only thing that he got a pretty girl coming on to him. Men are men, not saying he doing what he did, but men are attracted to pretty women no matter who you are. So he probably just had a friendly time with it. Like, he could have just easily have just been a gentleman and had a great time and enjoyed it. They said they had lots of drinks and all that. I believe Pereira's teetotal because of his previous life, if that's correct.
That's the point.
I believe he's teetotal from his previous addictions.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm not sure. Look, we got like any kind of accusation like this. You always got to side with the woman at first, and then let the story play out and let people investigate it and see what happens. So I think with the UFC, they basically got to not get involved. Let the people that are in charge investigate, see what's going on. Don't
even be reported by the police, so that's the thing. It's like
so it is a weird one.
It's a very weird one,
and it is scary that anyone can get accused for anything at any time.
Yeah.
She had proof they were together, like not together like that, just hanging out. I don't know. I don't know. Obviously it's a horrible situation for her if it is true, and everyone. I think we'd all, be on her side if this was true. Everyone would,
Oh, if it was true, then yeah.
Yeah, so it's hard. It's really hard to talk about, especially as three guys.
Yeah,
three guys talking about this sort of stuff. We can't come out here and just say it on a public platform and just go, yeah, she's lying, this and that, because that would be disingenuous and not fair to women that have gone through that sort of thing, in my opinion. So I think it's very hard for us to talk about. Yeah.
Equally as well, though, if she is lying, it's even more of a disservice to people who have gone through that.
Yeah, who have gone through it and never got convictions for that.
Never got justice, even if they did get justice. Yeah, but especially the ones that didn't get justice. So I'm with Luke here. Like, if Alex Pereira has done it and he's found guilty, then by all means you throw the book at him and he goes in that category.
I'm the UFC.
Your brother.
He does not show his face at all at any UFC event. I do not want him sitting in the crowd at any events for the time being. He needs to keep his head down.
Yeah, just keep
whilst this is getting resolved.
I asked though, Luke, not even to put you on the spot again. I'll answer the question. In fact, like, is that fair on him if he is innocent though? Because it's like he's not done any. Let's say he hasn't done it. He's now kind of almost being punished for something he's not done.
It's society, though, isn't it? That's the problem.
It is, yeah.
The way society looks at you. The way society looks at you.
It's
And
a
I think
horrible
UFC,
situation.
I think he would like to sort of get this issue resolved
Yeah,
fairly quickly, because this is a pretty big allegation to be made against your top guy in the company at the moment.
yeah. It's like part of me. It's like you almost want her to be lying because then it means she didn't go through the ordeal, but you also don't want her to be lying because you're effectively going to ruin someone's. Like, if she's lying about this, even if he recovers from it and people realize it, he will always have a section of people who label him this.
Yeah, always.
And that's one of the worst things as a man you can go through, especially when you're innocent.
That's why names shouldn't be brought up till it goes to court, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Names should never. I mean, I know it was on. I believe it was on TikTok, wasn't it? That she did the
Yeah.
video on. I think we've got to be careful that, you know, obviously she is telling the truth. She's been brave in what she's done. She's told the world, but if she's not telling the truth, she's gone on the biggest platform in the world and told everyone this. There has to be accountability. Do you know what I mean? There has to be accountability for one side or the other. If he's guilty, accountability for him. If she's lied, accountability for her. You know, we got to put a stop to all this. You know, got to put a stop to all this. But as we say, we won't know the facts till the facts come out. And as three guys talking about it, it's very difficult. But because it's an MMA fighter and an MMA show, we got to bring it up.
Unfortunately, we do, but we are going to move on from there because obviously we don't want to take up the whole show, and plus we don't have much evidence to go off either way as well.
Exactly.
It's going to move on to the fight night of the weekend. Umar Nurmagomedov became another Nurmagomedov to receive a title shot, an undefeated fighter going up against Corey Sandhagen, who many believed was the next person to get a title shot at the bantamweight champion, whether it be Merab or Sugar Sean O'Malley, and Umar got the win. Luke, is he the biggest threat at 135 pounds now? And has he, by beating Corey Sandhagen, now leapfrogged everyone and put himself in prime position to be that dominant champion at 35?
In terms of the rankings, yes. However, this is the first top 10. This is the first ranked guy that he has fought since joining the UFC. Is he the biggest threat? Yes, he probably is. I think, obviously, the grappling, as a Nurmagomedov, the grappling is elite, and he is a very good striker. He is a very underrated striker. He is not like Khabib, who is an elite wrestler, really poor grappling. He is an upgrade on even to Islam in terms of the striking, the wrestling, and stuff like that. But the fact is that he's going to get a title shot off the back of one top 10, top 5 win. For me, it doesn't sit right with me. But yet again, you could say, well, he's had fights booked with other guys, and the other guys have just said no. So what are you going to do? You're going to have to go up the rankings until somebody says yes. And Corey, as game as he is, he went, yeah, he'd take the fight. But he didn't do very well. Like, did he forget the striking button? Like on the video game, he forgot the strike. So he started to wrestle him.
Yeah, I think Corey became. He looked at the takedowns, and then because of that, the threat of the takedown opened up the striking. I've got to slightly disagree to an extent, though, Luke, because Islam got a title shot, and when I at the time didn't think he was a deserving of a title shot, because the highest ranked person I think he'd beaten at that time was Dan Hooker, and the highest Dan Hooker had been was maybe number 6, and that was on short notice as well.
Yeah,
I think if Umar had beaten, say, I don't know, like a Rob Font, for example, and then got a title shot, then I'd be in your camp. But apart from Merab, no one's better than Sandhagen in that division, or no one's ranked higher than him. So for him to actually go out there and beat Sandhagen and it not be controversial, I think he deserves it. I think I get what you're saying. He should, if he had fought more ranked fighters before Sanhagen, that should have happened. But I think now he's beaten the top ranked, it doesn't make sense for him to start fighting backwards before he gets a title shot again.
Yeah, absolutely. And no, A9Z it's not his fault that they didn't want to fight him like Islam before. The thing is, fighters did want to fight Islam.
Yeah, they did.
It wasn't the caliber of fighter, but ranked fighters wanted to fight him.
Yeah, they did.
Fights couldn't happen because of injuries and booking issues, whatever. No one wanted to fight Umar. I think Jack Shaw was scheduled to fight him, injured, so there has been a few injuries, but some fighters have just gone, no, I don't want to risk my ranking, which I am starting to, which does pee me off a bit when the fighter's like, I want to protect my rankings, man. That guy's not earned it. Like, how's he supposed to earn it if you don't fight?
I hear it. Jay,
and he's definitely in line for the next title shot. He is 100% in line for the next title shot, and he will have that belt very, 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 very soon.
Potentially. Jay, I'm going to read out some names to you. Umar Nurmagomedov, one ranked fighter, and next to get a title shot. Islam Makhachev, one ranked fighter, got a title shot. Sugar Sean O'Malley, one win over a ranked fighter.
Jesus Christ! I did not. Oh wow.
Hamzat Chimaev, one win over someone who wasn't even ranked but had a big name in Usman and was set to get a title fight. At the UFC changing how they build their stars, are they having the likes of your Hamzat, your Sean O'Malley's, your Islam Makhachevs, your Umar Nurmagomedovs? Are they strategically putting them in fights against low-ranked opposition to get their name out there? Paddy Pimblett might be the next person, by the way. Then putting them in there with one top-ranked fighter whereby they can legitimize a title shot and then getting a title shot. Do you think that's the new strategy for the stars that UFC want to build?
I've been saying this. Rankings don't mean anything in this company. It's just there to please certain people. This is exactly what they're doing. They're going with anyone who's got a bit of name credibility. They see as a star. They don't want to put them in situations against certain fighters that they could lose to. So they give them opponents that they feel like will, either they give them a good opponent, like a number one ranked fighter, that they feel like it's quite a 50-50 fight. They win that title shot. Let's go. That's what they're doing. They did it back in the day as well. People forget they did it with Brock Lesnar. They did it with Brock Lesnar back in the day. Brock Lesnar had Frank Mir. He lost. He then fought Heath Herring. Won that fight, and then fought for Couture for the title. So
that's actually insane.
Yeah, it's mad. It's a mad run of 3 fights, by the way. That's 3 massive heavyweights he fought in his first. But that's if they see a superstar, that's what they're going to do. They're going to go down that route of push them to the moon, and that's what they're doing so far. And if you are a very good martial artist, an extremely good fighter, but they don't rate you, you fight killer after killer after killer after killer, and eventually get a title shot. Yeah, look at Michael Bisping. It took him 10 years to get a title shot. It's mad.
Do you think Paddy Pimblett's the next person? Because I'm going to say something wild here. I've gone 180 with my opinion. I think Paddy may end up holding UFC gold.
Yeah, so do I. I think if they go through Paddy, if they take Paddy up steadily and give him fighters that
favorable for him.
Look, if he wins his next 3 fights, if he wins his next 2 fights, in fact, now he's ranked, he gets a title shot. No doubt about it.
I think Paddy will fight 1 or 2 more ranked fighters and get a title shot.
For me,
his popularity is too big.
For me, he will not wear UFC gold.
And I can see where you're coming from with that.
Because if it's not one Nurmagomedov, I know it. No, if it's not Islam, that's holding the belt, it will be another Nurmagomedov, and he will come to the UFC.
You think it'll be Usman?
Yeah, because Usman's going to come to the UFC.
Is his contract up?
I think his contract's
his contract's
running
up.
soon, and he's heading
One
to the
fight
UFC.
left.
And the way that Javier Mendez has spoken about him,
Yeah,
he is the best out of all of them. He is the best striker. He is the best wrestler. He's the best package out of Islam.
Pause.
Out of Islam, Umar. He said that he's probably maybe better than Khabib, like as the whole package.
So that basically means Islam goes up to 170, gets the belt there. Usman goes to 55, gets the belt there, and Umar gets the belt at 35.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, that would be dominance, isn't it?
And then Ankalaev gets the belt at 205.
Someone, ARK says in the chat there about they kind of did it with Pereira too, which is true.
Yeah, but I think that's because of the history with Izzy and the fact
Well,
that he cleaned up the division.
Yeah, Izzy
and then
cleaned out the division.
Yeah, and when they saw the Izzy fight, they saw a superstar straight away. And then they're like, right, we'll just give you superstar fights now.
The one fight I wish we saw at 80, sorry to cut you, Luke. The one fight I wish we saw at 85 was Pereira and Rob Whittaker, though. I think Rob could have posed some real issues for him.
Yeah, he would have. He would have. He would have taken.
But I know 89, but Rakhmonov is next. But Rakhmonov's fought rank, guys. Like he's actually fought way up the division.
Yeah,
Rakhmonov and Islam would be a hell of a fight, though. It'd be a hell of a fight. Time will tell what happens. Staying on the card, other winners on the night were McKenzie Dern.
Good fight, that.
Great fight. Michael Chiesa, Tony Ferguson, guys.
Oh, they did Tony so dirty, man.
I text this to Luke straight after, man.
Yeah.
Where was the video package, man?
Yeah.
Tony was looking for it.
Yeah.
Michelle Waterson got a better. I think Michelle Waterson Gomez got a better.
But is that because Tony just won't quit?
No, Tony said that was his last fight, no matter what.
No, because he said that because he loves the UFC so much and he doesn't want to fight anywhere else. That's why he put one glove down, because if it was his way, this motherfucker would still be fighting still. But Dana's told him no more. No more.
I'll be honest, I don't know how you save Tony Ferguson from Tony Ferguson at this point. There has to be someone in this camp who turns around and just goes, Tony, man, like you've had a fantastic career, but like I saw his record, it's something like 26-11. Like his record looks so much worse, but if you actually break it down, he's had 8 losses in a row.
Do you know who he reminds me of?
Go on.
He reminds me of Ken Shamrock.
He reminds me of Roy Jones Jr. as well.
Yeah, because Ken Shamrock in UFC, obviously he was a pioneer, wasn't he, at his time?
Yeah.
And he obviously had them great fights, Royce Gracie and Dan Severn and people like that. Yeah, great fights in the day. In Pancrase, everyone forgets in Pancrase how good he was.
Yeah.
Went over to Pride as well. Absolute pioneer. Could not beat Tito Ortiz for love or money in their 3 fights. They literally, their fight made UFC records at the time. They put UFC on the map pretty much, them two. And then he just kept losing. And everyone's like, just call it, Ken, call it a day, man. You're a pioneer of this sport, man. Just call it a day.
You myself, Bigfoot Silver.
Yeah, he lost a load in a row as well.
11 KO losses.
After the Cain Velasquez fight, and he just
11 KO losing streak.
Cain put a beating on him, man.
That was disgusting. The blood in that fight.
Yeah, Cain was a monster, man. But
when Cain started going like that as well, and spreading his chest and everything, he was like, you're testing.
Cain was an animal. But Tony Ferguson, man, like, you know what really kills it for me? There'll be actual fans out there who would never have seen Tony Ferguson win a fight. Because remember, the UFC had a massive boom during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Tony Ferguson
And
hasn't won a fight since
casuals are
before
going to
the
go,
pandemic.
that Tony Ferguson, I reckon he was way overrated. You know, this guy's
Yeah,
a
like
literally.
I don't think people realize there's two Tony Fergusons. There was a Ferguson before the Gaethje lost and the Ferguson after the Gaethje lost. The Ferguson before the Gaethje loss was one of the most brutal and violent people the world had ever seen.
Yeah, coming
Like
from the Ultimate Fighter
literally.
series.
Oh, he was so good.
When he under Brock Lesnar's team in that Ultimate
He
Fighter
was,
series.
yeah. Him and Brock are still good friends.
They're good mates now. They work out together,
Yeah.
don't they?
Yeah.
Maybe Tony should take what Brock's doing. But yeah, they're good mates, and then I think who took over from Brock in that? Because that's when Brock got the illness, wasn't it? Who went and took over him? Do you remember, Luke?
No idea.
I can't remember, but that's when he came. He won that year, didn't he? And came through, and he looked like a killer. He had the sharpest, meanest elbows in the business. I love the guy. And as Cal said, you look at him now, there's got to be people, especially in that pandemic era, might have never seen him win a fight, man. And like, what's all the fuss about? It's mad, ain't it, Luke? Absolutely mad.
Absolutely, man.
I think Cal is frozen. So, yeah.
It just... He's
either frozen
welterweight.
or Cal's Paul's game is elite.
Oh, it's just such a shame, man. It's just such a shame that. And then Chiesa called out, Colby Covington. So can't wait for that fight to never happen.
Yeah,
but yeah, that card was. I didn't really watch much of it because I was working, so didn't quite watch it and managed to go and watch it. I watched the main event and that was McKenzie Dern's fight.
McKenzie Dern had a good fight. Stand up was better in that fight than it's been.
Stand up was better. I think 29-28 was the right result. If you would have scored it the other way, I wouldn't have disagreed.
No, I think she won deservedly. Her stand up was far improved on what we've seen it recently. Everything was on point. Everything was on point. Everything was on point. Yeah.
What have I just come back into?
The bounce was
performance. Just everything was on point. The weigh-in was on point. The face-off was on point.
Yeah. I'm not going to speak too much on it, but yeah,
the bounce was on point. Everything.
Fantastic win. I just say
the bounce was beautiful.
I just say give her the belt now, personally.
Stand up was far improved, though, Cal, in that fight.
Oh no, I need the Shawn Michaels thing with the belt. I just need two belts.
I want to know. Has she? Because I know she's Brazilian, obviously, but she doesn't really look Brazilian at times. She looks American. Did she?
So
and her English is so
born.
good. Was she living in America all her life or something?
So I think she grew up in America, but she has Brazilian roots, obviously.
Yeah, because she does look American.
Yeah.
All I need is a Grosso, Shevchenko, and McKenzie Dern triple threat.
Yeah. Most people would be on your page.
Doesn't end well than Valentina and McKenzie. That's what I've got to say. Alexa Grosso.
Yeah.
Girl next door assassin. Trust me.
Yeah. She could be. But overall, a really good card, I thought, at the weekend. A really good card.
It was better than the pay-per-view.
You just took the words out of my mouth. It was actually better than the Manchester card. It's a really good card.
Speaking of things that are better than the pay-per-view card, 308, baby. Talk about a card.
Let's talk about it. So, I'm gonna read out the some of the fights from UFC 308 because they're stacked, and then there's a very stacked.
Yeah,
so
stacked, and then this
on the main card. Well, I don't think they've separated yet, but so far you've got Dos Anjos versus Jeff Neal. Great fight.
Yeah, that's a king fight.
You've got Lerone Murphy versus Dan Ige. Great fight.
Yeah.
Ankalaev versus Rakic. Great fight.
Yeah.
Whitaker versus Chimaev. Great fight.
That's if it happens.
Yeah, that's a point. Yeah, it's a shout. Yeah. Cyril Gane versus Volkov. Another very good fight.
Stand-up war.
And then the fight of all fights. Ilya Topuria defending his newly crowned featherweight title against Max Blessed Holloway. that card could potentially be card of the year. I know 300 was a phenomenal card.
Yeah,
This
that
could
card's
potentially top it.
amazing. This card has got the ability to do whatever it wants.
Yeah.
And we're going to see the crowning of a new king as well in Ilya, who's just going to put on. I just think Ilya's going to put on he's just going to put on a super show. And that's not a
Yes,
diss, Max. Max has been.
Max is humble, that little twerp.
Max is a warrior, but I think Ilya is just go to.
Nah. The second Max points down, you know it's over for Ilya.
I think Max has got this. Unless Ilya starts wrestling, which he could. He's a very good wrestler.
Yeah, I think Ilya. I think we'll go crown the new kid on the block. To be fair,
do you think?
So? I mean, he's never been dropped. Technically, he's never been dropped.
He got dropped against Gaethje. He even admitted it.
Even though it went down statistically that he's never been dropped. Yeah. I was like, you do not.
Here's the thing: I can see a world where Max does get dropped in a fight, but I can also see Max still winning after being dropped.
The pressure,
the pressure.
I can see Max just plus. Like, this is not. Volk had the shorter reach, I think, in the fight, and he was a lot shorter.
Sorry to cut you. Max's reach is pretty small for his height. He's really tall, but he's got a really short reach for his height.
Yeah, that's why he fights in close a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why he's a warrior. He has to fight in close all his fights.
It's just he's got fantastic footwork and punch selection.
Yeah, he's in and out in the blink of an eye.
He's got really short arms, though.
That's what he's going to need against Ilya.
I personally think Max gets it done.
I'd like to see Max win and then fight Volk.
This is so I've got a feeling it's going to go one or two ways. We're going to get a Gaethje moment where he KOs him nice and late, or it's going to be Max versus Volk 3, and Ilya is going to absolutely rip him apart for 5 rounds, and it's going to be a very uncomfortable watch.
It could be. It could be.
I don't think Ilya. The thing is, I think Ilya is so smart. I don't think he makes the mistakes Gaethje made.
Yeah,
he does it. I don't think he leaves his chin just in the air to be smashed.
Yeah, that's just Gaethje's concussed.
Yeah, it's a quality main event. It's arguably the best main event of 2024.
You might be right.
It's arguably the best main event of 2024.
In terms of like anticipation and like level playing field, you might actually be right.
I need to say something, though. I need to say something.
There we go.
You know this? What is this? You know that the FTW belt or whatever it bloody is? What is it?
What, BMF?
The BMF belt. Why are we being sexist here? Why isn't there a BMF females version?
No, I agree.
Let's get BMF. Let's be honest, I'd be scrapping that BMF belt.
So would I. But they like it. They go use it because it's publicity now, ain't it?
All right.
Get a female version.
Who's the first 2 fighters to fight for the BMF women's belt then?
Let's bring back retired fighters, man.
I think Jessica Andrade has got to be one of the people.
Andrade and I don't know, Amanda Nunes. That's the. I don't know. Let's get back retired fighters who might. Let's get Ronda Rousey back. Let's give her a BMF title shot. I don't know. Let's have a bit of fun. Let's have a bit of fun with it. I mean,
an open weight championship.
Whaley Andrade. There you go.
Whaley would beat the brakes off
Gentlemen. Let's not have a weight limit.
Open weight women.
Open weight BMF.
Open weight women. I want to see Kayla Harrison versus Whaley. Let's do it.
I have to say, probably Whaley would probably smoke.
By the way, that fight sounds really good.
It does. It actually does.
Yeah. We call it the PMS title for them. That's what we can for the female. We can call it the PMS title.
I don't know which women would. I think Jessica Andrade has got to be one of the fighters, though.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get this. We make interim title champions and then pretend they're not actually anything. But when it wants to be, they're the real deal. This BMF title, Dana acts like it's a real thing. Like it's proper title.
Have you seen Dana's comments again, just on that doubling down on the whole? He had an interview with Kevin.
Tomorrow. I was going to mention it tomorrow, but
okay, we'll leave it then. We'll leave it.
Dana isn't up because
he's
I'll touch on it
gonna-
tomorrow. I'll touch on it
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I heard the
going to
John
really
Jones
benefit.
stuff. They're calling everyone idiots in the world. If
Yeah,
you think
Well,
John
well,
Jones still,
well,
it's
Dane's
just-
a fucking twat,
yeah. I don't know what Dane is doing at the moment,
and he
but he's
deserves a
not
proper slap.
he's not helping himself at the moment at all. Like he's being really silly with this whole John Jones thing.
Gina Carano and Misha Tate. Yeah, bring it back, man.
Yo,
Let's
that'd
do
be
it.
alright.
hey,
Let's
Ronda
do it.
vs Gina Carano.
Let's
Yeah,
do
I
it.
think Gina beats her.
Gina's the original. She's the
Yeah.
original. She started
Yeah.
it all. I know Ronda
Yeah.
likes to think it was her, but it was Gina.
No, it
Man.
wasn't. It was
Yeah,
Gina.
It's Gina.
You're right.
Of
Gina.
course, Ronda thinks she's done it because she's got the big ego,
Yeah.
and massage the Ronda ego.
Speaking of
Ghana.
ego.
Let's get them all back. Fuck it.
Yeah. Speaking of ego, Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler doing the rounds again.
Oh,
So-
what is going on? I saw the video.
I'll read
Yeah.
the quote. So Michael Chandler posted a tweet saying, "Never mind, guys. I think it's time I finally admit the fight is off. He's still in stage 2 of the 7 of grief pertaining to his career being over. Figured he'll be close to 5 by now. Godspeed, McGregor."
It's dumb.
McGregor responded saying, question mark, LOL, okay, little bro, swapped out handy. Max blessed Holloway. What you at December? The real BMF, you know.
Like
Do you
Max
guys
BMF.
think Chandler
Good,
has
just-
actually given up on?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I do.
You think
He saw
are you
that
thinking-
video footage of a bald, skinny Conor McGregor in a nightclub, drinking, letting that woman rub up against him, and then literally do blow in front of us. I mean, the man's.
Oh,
the
is
man.
is there a video of that?
Have you not seen it when he goes? She's rubbing up against him, he's
Tiny
drinking,
kid.
and then he goes like that.
Oh no, I've not seen it.
It's just Conor, ain't it? He
Why not
just-
just say that you're retired for fuck's sakes? Like,
And then
come
when
on,
he
man.
had
Is that
bare
what Conor
knuckle,
did?
did he down a whole beer at bare knuckle or something like
Yeah.
that, and then pretend he retired?
Conor, just come out and just say that you're retired, man. Like people would not have been mad if you went after that, recovered from that leg break and just go, look,
Yeah.
I recovered well, but just not well enough to fight MMA. I'm now retiring. I'd be like, yeah, cool. Conor's living his best life,
Doing bits.
getting
Yeah.
pissed, he's drinking, he's having fun. However, you said you're not retired. You've got a fight that had to get postponed because you broke your pinky. Okay, that's all right. He said you're going to be back. He said you're going to be back training. Fucking hell, I didn't know necking off pints and getting little midgets grinding up on you was
Nice.
called training. Well, that's the new training regime then.
He looks
Uh,
out of
sign
shape
me
as
up,
well.
but
He looks
it's
out of
not.
shape. He looks skinny. He looks out of shape.
I'm gonna see if I can find this video.
Just put Conor
Hilarious.
McGregor in Twitter, you'll find it.
But like Conor's so done. He is so done. Like he is done. I just wish he would admit it to the fans, and I do, because I do feel sorry for him a little bit because I think he wants to get out of that UFC contract, and the only way he's going to do that is by fighting that out and probably losing, because we know that unless your name is John Jones, you can't get nice things on the way out.
Cal, I tagged you in the video. So you can
I'm just
get it.
watching it now.
Oh, you got it, yeah. Do you
Even
see what I
Conor-
mean? Do you see what I
Yeah.
mean?
Why is he wearing a Stone Cold outfit as well?
No, that's what he's gone now. He's gone completely bald, skinny, looks out of shape.
Well,
And I
hey,
swear
he's
he
now
does
turning
blow there when he goes like
in-
that.
Hey, he's turning into
Swear he
Dana.
does.
Man. He's turned into Dana at bare knuckle.
Swear he does there.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not fighting.
He ain't doing nothing, man. And why is he letting that woman just rub up against him? He's married.
Yeah.
It's like, what is going
He
wrong?
just goes,
I think.
what the
I
fuck are
think.
you doing, you little fucking midget over here?
Do
I
we?
can't even
To
see
be
you.
to be serious here, do we think Conor might have depression?
I think Conor needs. Yeah, I think he needs help.
Because he's acting like he's got depression.
He's needed help for a while.
It's like a call out. This is like a massive call out for help. You know, yes, he's rich beyond anyone's wildest dreams and he can do whatever he wants, but he don't look. I don't think he's happy.
He's not.
He don't look it because that's not a happy man. What he's doing, man.
I don't think he's recovered since the Khabib loss.
No, neither do I. And he should pat himself on the back, really, because he put in a heck of a performance against Khabib.
He's without Conor McGregor, the UFC isn't where it is now.
No.
4.2 billion. 4.2 billion.
Yes.
That's what that company for you. But yeah,
Do we think this could potentially? Could this be a? Could he be in? I'm reaching here. Could he? Could this be like a movie role he's in potentially?
No way.
That woman is in no film. Well, she might be in a certain film. No, Bluebird. Woohoo! You know, but that's
Jesus
He looks like he's aged so much as well.
She's got carpet burns on her knees. I mean,
Conor's younger than me.
Yeah, he looks awful.
ARK, I reckon Trump saying Khabib's his favorite fighter sent him over the edge. Yes, he did as well. So Trump just went, Khabib, greatest fighter, my favorite fighter, Khabib, great fighter. Great fighter.
Do you know what it is? He doesn't even look like Conor McGregor in his video.
I swear he's a body double.
It looks like someone playing Conor McGregor.
Yeah, it doesn't look the same.
He looks awful. He looks out of shape. He looks skinny.
So Michael Chandler's ranked number 6. Sarukian's going to fight for the belt. I don't think Poirier will fight him again. He could do Oliveira and Chandler too.
Nah, Rafael Fiziev, mate.
Yeah, sign me up, actually. You're right.
He needs to fight some young blood now. He needs to fight some young blood.
Yeah, sign me up.
Fought before.
Yeah, Fiziev and Chandler would be.
Hey, Michael Chandler, you said you may like Paddy, but
yeah,
Paddy.
I mean, Paddy versus Chandler.
The winner of Moicano BD Benoit Saint Denis.
Paddy versus Chandler.
I don't know, just spitballing ideas here because Chandler's gonna need a fight, man. Because
I reckon Paddy smits him. You know,
Paddy could beat Chandler. I never thought I'd say this. Paddy could beat Chandler
because Chandler's so aggressive.
Yeah,
that works for Paddy's game. It's when people aren't aggressive against him that he struggles.
Chandler does hit hard enough to knock Paddy out.
Yeah, I mean, he could knock the shit out of him. That's not like it, but he could make a mistake, and you know, Paddy's jiu-jitsu is second to none.
Still back Chandler. Still
second
back Chandler.
To none.
Just about there, but Chandler, like whoever Chandler fights against, you're just gonna go like, he's had about 2.5 years out by the time he probably fights again.
Yeah,
how's that ring?
Dana and Conor have done him dirty.
I'll
say Dana actually, because Dana knew Conor was never fighting. Look, Conor decided not to fight in that match against Chandler with a little bruise on his toe, and Pereira literally put his toes back in during a fight.
Yeah.
And Dana was absolutely fine with Pereira fighting with like 3 broken toes.
Yeah.
So I don't. Yeah. I think there's more to it. I don't think that. I don't think.
I think they're covering for him.
I don't think Conor passed certain tests. How can you tell me that Conor can piss tomorrow and start training, and it's going to be clean as anything? Do you know how long Conor would have to stay teetotal to not have nothing in his system?
Yeah.
A long time. A long time. And Conor was drinking that 12 whiskey stuff a couple of weeks before he started training. You know, it's not.
Boy, it'd be very interesting to see what happens next. We'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section. Will Conor fight again, guys? And if not, who should Michael Chandler fight next as well? A9, me and Jamie have spoken about this. We're not going to do anything like that.
Hey, trust me, if you want some more conversation about Bilal Muhammad since he's won the belt, you better make sure you check out my stream tomorrow night.
Yeah,
at the same time, because trust me, there is a lot to discuss because he is cooking people, and I'll be needing to remind him. You better sleep with one eye open. One eye open. That's not because of fans, because a certain person's eyeing up your belt and he just does not know it yet.
Bilal, I don't know if I like Bilal's character at the moment.
Bilal's fairly
He's
himself.
going to fuck around. He's going to find out because
he is
I'm
if
sure
he's not careful. He
Madrid
is.
are beating Chelsea quite comfortably at the moment.
yeah, Levi
Who is
got a stinker
Who-
apparently.
Oh, again.
Levi
Yeah.
getting spun in pre-season, man.
If Liverpool
well.
had signed Bastoni, I'd take him and let Arne Slot coach him, but that ship sailed now.
Yeah, he seems
Bastoni only. Bastoni only.
No one else.
Calessandro Bastoni. Like, let's make it happen.
No.
But Jay, let the people know what you've got coming up soon, please, bro, and where they can find you and support you.
So I'm going live straight after this. So yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I've
been out all day. I've been out all day today. I was at Chessington World of Adventures all day.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah, no. And
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
it was pissing down. I don't know if you guys had rain here.
I got caught in it. I was picking Stevie up. I got caught in it.
It was absolutely peeing down for about 3 hours straight. But it was warm, so it weren't cold. So you're still out in it. Oh God. So yeah, I was there all day. We got home about 7:30 this evening, so I haven't had time to do a video and all this number 6 stuff. So I thought I'd do it tonight. So yeah, I'm live after this.
Appreciate you, Jay. Go and check that out. In fact, I'll redirect to that, Jay, now. Luke, where can people find you and support you? And what have you got coming up next as well, bro?
Yes, so you can check me out on my channel, Luke Tanner. Yes, so tomorrow I am doing a stream. Tomorrow, shock. I'm actually doing the stream on my own channel. Just talking about Bilal Muhammad since he's won the belt. He's been on a bit of a warpath. He's collecting receipts as a
He's enjoyed himself.
But let's say he's enjoyed himself. But I'll be talking about a certain someone that'll be looking to cash a certain receipt on him if he doesn't watch out. And then also, we're going to talk about Dana chatting some more BS again about a certain champion in the UFC. But yeah, that's coming up tomorrow night.
Lovely. Just bear me 1 second, people, before we end the stream. There we go. Make sure you stay here when the stream finishes, and as soon as it finishes, it will redirect you to Jamie's stream, guys. So make sure you go there, subscribe to his channel. Also, if you follow us on social media, you'll see when we are posting things, and when Luke tags us, we'll repost it as well. So make sure you go and subscribe to Luke's channel as well. Plus, both channels links are in the description of the video on YouTube, so please go and subscribe. On the road to 2,000 subs here. Currently sitting on, I'll get you guys the number, 1,897. So 100 away, guys. So if you can spread the word, that would be absolutely phenomenal. On the road to 2,000 subs. If you can do that by the end of the month, that would be absolutely sensational. But yes, obviously one topic wasn't fun, but the rest of it was. So please smash that like button. Thank you everyone for watching, listening. Love to hear your thoughts. So do leave your comments as well. Till we see you on the next show. Stay here. Head over to Jamie Phillips Football Chats. Zubimendi Bastoni talk, I'm guessing, Jay. And kudos, yeah?
Jeez.
And thanks everyone for watching and listening. Till we see you next time. Take it easy, people.